Jasmine. I am Gabby, and I will be your social worker for today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And just before we get started, I just want to let you know that everything that is said between us is confidential unless there is a threat of harm towards yourself as well as others. Just making sure, is that okay with you? All right, let's get started then. What brings you in here today?
Well, I was kind of sent here by my parole officer because I've been caught stealing my neighbor's dogs several times, and they tell me that I need to talk to somebody to help me stop doing that, I guess.
So what you're saying is that you are in here today because of your parole officer, and they think you need some sort of assistance with the habit of you stealing dogs. Well, it's great that you have come in here knowing that, or just like the acknowledgement of having a problem of stealing dogs. What are some pros and cons of stealing dogs?
Well, pros are that I get to have somebody cuddly to love on when I'm at home. Another pro is that my kids get to have, the joy of having all these animals around them. But the cons are that one, that I got caught. That sucks because I had to go to jail for a couple of days, and then they had to bail me out. So then that was like a lot of money. And then I don't know. I felt bad because it was kind of like, I guess, embarrassing also that my family had to do that.
So I see. Just for that, on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all and 10 being very eagerly, how much do you want to change your habit of stealing dogs?
I'd say like an 8 or like a 9, like somewhere higher up in the range, just because like I know that I have to, and that it's, it would be good for me to do that. But I mean, there's still obviously one part of me that doesn't want to. But for my family, I guess it would be the best for them.
So what is it about stealing dogs that makes it so enjoyable?
Just that it's easy. People leave their dogs outside in the fence or something like that, or they got the underground fences and stuff, and you just go over there and just take off the collar and you just keep your dog, and then you got a free dog. And then so plus, like, I know my neighbors are very nice people. They got time, so they probably train their dogs well. So when I take them home, they're already trained and they're good. So I'm like, yeah, free dog, good dog.
So what are your top 3 values?
I would say my family and my job and just our overall housing, like, stability.
So you're saying that your family and your job are some of your top values. So wouldn't, like, your habit of stealing dogs be conflicting with that, since it's kind of like reflecting negatively on you right now?
Yeah, I guess so, because my family was a little upset with me just because, one, like I said, they had to bail me out, so then that cost us money. And then if I did it again and I got caught, I'd have to stay in there for a lot longer. And then if I had to stay in there a lot longer, then they would only have one source of income, and then everybody would be affected. And then with my job, I guess, I could get fired for committing a crime. They probably wouldn't like that. I wouldn't be a good representation of my company anymore.
So from that, are you the only source of income?
I'm not, but I'm one of the higher sources of income in my family. So my absence would be, I guess, more felt, and I guess that just makes me feel bad.
So, like, what you're saying is, if you are for some reason not with your family due to you stealing dogs, since you have one of the higher sources of income, that'd be an impact on your family.
A pretty big negative impact, I guess. And whenever I would do it, I tried not to think about it because they're just so cute.
So, how do you think that like you stealing dogs would affect your professional and personal relationships.
Um, well, professionally, I could get fired, and then that would be a really big hit to my family and our stability. Would have to cut back on a lot of things, a lot of luxuries that we have right now, and with the holidays coming up, that would be a really bad thing. Um, and then my relationship with my husband specifically would be strained because he'd feel like, already has kind of given me a little bit of grief about it just from me being in jail for 2 days about it. So that kind of strains our relationship, and then so then he's upset and we're at home, we're both upset. It's not good for anybody.
So, if you were to keep stealing dogs, how would that affect your future?
We would probably have less income. I'd probably, like I said, lose my job. Um, I feel like maybe even my kids would come to resent me a little bit because I wouldn't be able to control myself or something. They would look at it in a negative light and probably side more with their dad because, yeah, I guess, I can totally see where he's right. It just sucks.
So overall, if you stealing dogs were to continue, that would make a negative impact on your family because it would make a strain on any relationships you have. You wouldn't have your job, and you would have some sort of absence, and that would, of course, make an impact on your family. So it looks like we are out of time, but if it is possible, if you could come back here in 2 weeks and we could just see how you're doing in terms of the habit of you stealing dogs to see if you improve, and just from what progress has been made, we can look into what to do from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Have a nice day.